Next question from Hugh K. Doug, would you break your no new cars rule for the Gilmore Girls Jeep? The Gilmore Girls Jeep. 1J4 FAF 49 S0YP 762227. Would I break my rule for it?
Till today.
Would I break my rule for it? That was only in the first episode. In every subsequent episode, there was a different, that's a YJ, it was a TJ, and this car, yeah.
TJ, yeah.
In every subsequent episode. Would I break my rule for it? It's not that I would break my rule, Hugh. It's that it's known on its face that my rule doesn't apply to the Gilmore Girls Jeep. You know that, right?
100%.
When I say I'm off cars, I'm never buying another car, I'm not buying any cars. You know that if the Gilmore Girls Jeep were to become available, I would buy it. Okay. So, should I tell the Gilmore Girls Jeep story?
I think it's time.
Tell it.
All right. Here's the deal. So, the Gilmore Girls, my favorite television show of all time, the greatest television show of all time, the main character, Lorelai, throughout the show drove TJ Wrangler. And it was an unusual one. It was this desert Sahara color that was only offered in 2 model years. And they had 2 of them. And at the end of the show, which was like in 2003, I wasn't even sentient.
What were you?
They auctioned them off. Like, I couldn't have bought it then.
No,
Right? They auctioned them off for charity. And at the time, the cars had spent their entire life on the production lot. They had 3,000 miles, both of the Jeeps. And so they were auctioned off for charity. Years go by. I'm always curious what happened to the cars. And I wrote an article about it for Auto Trader, I think, years ago. And I said, hey, what happened to this Jeep? Well, somebody commented and said, I bought the Jeep. It's me.
I didn't realize this from the comments.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you did some deep digging.
The comment was like 2 years after I wrote the article. I just happened to click on it again and there was the comment. So I'm like, oh my God. And the person commented with her name, her real name. So I spent weeks Googling. And I mailed letters to many addresses that were associated. I couldn't find her email address. I mailed letters to many addresses that were associated with her. They all were returned.
Only Molly.
And so I just said, you know what? It's over. I'm not going to get the Gilmore Girls Jeep. However, one of the interesting things I learned from this was, the Jeep was, the show takes place in a small town in Connecticut. The Jeep was sold at charity auction to this woman who lives in a small town in Connecticut.
How cute.
So I was desperate. And every few years I would think about it again. I wrote the article probably 10 years ago, and every 2-3 years I'd think about it again. And eventually 5 years ago, I Google, and I'm able to find the woman's daughter, and I find an email address for her. And I sent an email. And I say, look, I know you have the Jeep. I want it. I'm interested in it. And I want it. I'm interested in it. And I'm totally down. And I'll buy it anytime. And she replied kind of rudely. She was like, this is a family heirloom and we're not selling. And it was like, okay, listen, I'm not trying to steal it from you. Like, you take all the time you need with it. But when the day comes, the crossover between car enthusiasts and Gilmore's Jeep enthusiasts, it's me. You're going to want to sell it to me.
Yep, 100%.
The sad part is, if you go on Carfax, they've been dailying it for like 15 years.
That's great. They're driving from Stars Hollow to Chilton every day for school, and that's important.
This thing's got probably 100,000 miles on it now. Connecticut winters.
And then every once in a while, they drive to TJ's Renaissance Fair.
It's got rust all over it. Now, the second Gilmore Jeep is actually still here in SoCal, but the first one, the main show car, which is the one they have in Connecticut, has my lucky number in the VIN, and it's just I want it really bad. And so I still want it. And maybe I'll send another email. The economy's slowing. Times are getting tough. Maybe an influx of cash for selling your Gilmore Jeep would be nice.
They really need that SALT exception in Connecticut. It's time before that increases.
So that's the story of the Gilmore Jeep. Yes, of course I would break my no new cars rule for the Gilmore Jeep. Don't be silly. There's a few other cars. Like, if a Tal Design wanted to sell me the Columbus, if a Bentley Dominator came for sale, there's a few cars I'd break the rule.
I mean, sure. That's only fair.
But generally, I'm not buying any new cars, even though I want a 993 Turbo so bad. I watched Ted Ward's 993 Turbo video the other day.
Oh, it's a good one.
You see him? It's yellow. He's like in Connecticut or Massachusetts. He's like accelerating up on ramp, and it's like,
I love Tom's videos, the binaural audio thing that he does.
He's just sitting there, and you can feel the car accelerate. Anyway, then I drove the Courier GT, and I was like, I don't need a 993 Turbo. Okay, next, I'm serious. That's exactly the thought I had, and I haven't thought of it since, but I do kind of want it, but not more than the Gilmore Girls Jeep. And by the way, I guarantee I would pay more than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
all $7,000 that it's worth.
Exactly.
It's probably only worth, like, to a normal person, like 12 now.
I know, I was 1,200, yeah.
I'd probably pay a bigger number than 12.
This episode is brought to you by Ava. Cars and good credit score go hand in hand. Having good credit can be the difference between being able to afford the car your enthusiast heart desires or not, which is where Ava comes in, helping you build credit fast. Ava is a credit building app that makes it super simple to improve your credit fast, so you can get better rates on loans, pay off debt faster, and keep more money in your pocket. Instead of waiting months for a secured card, Ava is instantaneous. It's simple, affordable, and it really works. Most members see their credit go up in less than a week. Hello, F40. Ava reports your on-time payments to all major credit bureaus every day to help you build positive credit history quickly. The longer you stick with Ava, the higher your score can go. Joining Ava gives you access to all of Ava's credit building tools, starting at just $6 per month. There's no credit check, no interest, and no fees. Ava is the highest rated credit building app with thousands of 5-star reviews. It's the only credit building app rated excellent on Trustpilot and an A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Don't let your credit hold you back another day. Grow your credit score fast with Ava. Download the Ava app, spelled AVA, today. And when you join using my promo code CARPOD, you'll get your first month free. This offer is only for my listeners. Get the Ava app and use promo code CARPOD, CARPOD, to get your first month free. That's promo code CARPOD. Thanks to Ava, and now go get yourself good credit.